Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, starting with the name of Allah, the most merciful and beneficent. I'm TASKIA and the topic of my presentation is benefits and threats to biodiversity. First of all, I'll be discussing that what is the meaning of biodiversity. Bio refers to life and diversity refers to variety. Biodiversity means variety of life. What is biodiversity? Variety and diversity of life forms number of kinds in an area is known as biodiversity. Biodiversity increases the stability of an ecosystem and contributes to the health of biosphere. Biodiversity is the life support system for our earth. The air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat all depend on the earth's rich biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to diversity within species, between species, and among ecosystems. What are the benefits to biodiversity? The benefits are ecosystem stability, species and population survival, medical and industrial uses, agriculture, ethics, aesthetics, and recreation. Biodiversity provides us with food, shelter, medicines, and clothing. 80% of our food supply comes from 20 kinds of plants. About 80,000 edible wild plants species could be utilized by humans. Humans use at least 40,000 species of plants and animals a day. More than 50% of all prescriptions contain natural plants. Now, what are the benefits to biodiversity? Industrial benefits. A wide range of industrial materials are derived directly from biosources. For example, building materials, fiber, dyes, resins, gums, adhesives, rubber, and oil. Now, the ecological benefits. It includes the soil formation, waste disposal, air and water purification, nutrient cycle, solar energy absorption, food production. It includes the direct economic value and the indirect economic value. Direct economic value refers to the maintaining biodiversity has a direct economic value to humans. Humans depend on plants and animals for food, clothing, energy, and medicine and shelter. The indirect economic value refers to a healthy biosphere provides many services to humans and other organisms that live on Earth. For example, green plants provide oxygen, water cycle provides clean water. Now, biological benefits. Biodiversity helps biological communities withstand stress better and recover more quickly. 95% of the potential pests and disease-carrying organisms in the world are controlled by natural predators and competitors. For example, plant fixing nitrogen. Now, cultural and aesthetic benefits. Cultural identity and spirituality. It refers to inspiration for musicians, painters, sculptors, writers, and other artists. It provides leisure activities, for example, bird watching and natural history programs. It also refers to aesthetic enjoyment and recreation. Aesthetic and scientific value refers to the value of beauty and scientific discovery cannot be measured, but are extremely important to life on Earth. Now, threats to biodiversity. What are the main threats? Overexploitation, habitat loss, habitat fragmentation, pollution, introduced species, global climatic change. Threats to biodiversity. The main threat is species extinction. And what are the causes of species extinction? Species extinction are those those species are considered extinct when no member of the species alive anywhere in the world. It also includes natural and human-induced process. As if we discuss natural process of extinction, I share the picture of dodo. Dodo was a flightless bird endemic to the Indian Ocean island. It stood about 3 feet tall and it weighed about 20 kilograms. The dodo was first mentioned by Dutch sailors in 1598. And by 1681, all dodos had been killed by hungry sailors or their domesticated animals. The extinction of the bird within 80 years of its discovery made people realize for the first time that humans could induce the extinction of plants and animals. So this is the example of the causes of species extinction by non-natural process. Man-made or human cause is involved in this. Now, habitat fragmentation. Habitat is the place where an organism or community of organisms lives. Habitat fragmentation occurs when a large forest is separated into smaller patches or islands. Now, habitat loss and habitat degradation. Habitat loss occurs when habitat is converted into other uses, and it is due to the spread of urbanized and industrial areas and their associated problems, for example, noise pollution, and road networks and abundance of farmer agriculture practices that were favorable to biodiversity. Now, invasive species. Invasive species, we can say that invasive species is an organism that causes ecological or economic harm in a new environment where it is not native. Invasive species are capable of causing extinctions of native plants and animals, and it is greatly involved in reducing biodiversity. Now, environmental pollution. As it is caused due to acid deposition, global warming, toxic discharges, bacterial contamination, nutrient build-up plastics, and also carbon emission, deforestation, and other land use changes due to human activities. Overexploitation and overhunting. It is caused due to unregulated hunting poaching, illegal hunting, overfishing, harvesting faster than the stocks can replace themselves, or collecting collective live organisms for zoos, pet stores, research, etc. What is the importance of biodiversity? It is a question from you guys that think of an environment you have been to or alive in. What different species of plants and animals have you seen? How do they depend on each other? What are some examples of genetic diversity in that environment? Write a paragraph that answers these questions. Thank you, and if you have any questions, so please ask. Thank you. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.